I recommend knowing before speaking.
Hey folks, this is part 2 of the meditation series, and I'm so pleased that you've joined me for this. Part 1 was a general overview of meditation, and I was very pleased to have done that. When we are meditating, it brings us briefly to a whole new level of awareness, and it's so hard for meditators to describe to people who have never experienced it before. It's kind of like going to Paris and coming home and trying to describe to people what it was like to bounce from cafe to cafe, listening to the French, watching the fashions go by, the buildings, the beauty of the design of the city, all that. Of course, the museums and art. It's very hard to describe it. So once you've meditated and you are aware of what's really going on, it's a profound experience, and it can't be described. So if you were to sit quietly right now, close your eyes with me. I won't be closing my eyes because I'm helping you. And you take a few deep breaths, and we're going to experience a 3-minute meditation that you will do along with me. And we'll just use my mantra for now. Okay? Any mantra is good. Any word that has no meaning. So just sit quietly, put your hands on your thighs, and if your legs are crossed, uncross them, and simply sit comfortably wherever you are. If you're not in a comfortable place and you can move the computer, pause the video and move to somewhere comfortable. Okay. So sit quietly with your hands on your thighs and breathe. Breathe from your lower belly and begin to let go. Okay, now, what you're going to do is begin using the mantra, and at first, I will do it with you, and then I will become silent for about 1 minute so that you begin to understand what you're doing after you close your eyes. And the first step is to simply experience the correct method of meditation. So follow along with me. Keep breathing. Okay. Begin to say the mantra now. Follow along with me. Ima, 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 Ima. Okay, continue. Ima. Continue. Ima. Okay, I'll be silent now. Okay, so slowly, very slowly, breathe and gently come up from wherever you are. And good. Good. Very good. Okay. So open your eyes. Was it easy for you to repeat the word to yourself? Make sure that there is no dogs or children or even family around, that you're alone, and that you're in a quiet space. Quite often when you're in meditation, you will see thought, hear thought, and feel thought. And you can most certainly superimpose your mantra over the feeling, what you hear, or what you see in your mind's eye. Quite often thought appears in many levels, sometimes at levels that you cannot describe, but that are distracting, and you want to place the mantra on top of them. So as the thought begins to encroach and you feel as though it is inappropriate, and you've come into a place where you feel you want to very gently place the mantra on that thought, then do so. So as to mute it with the proper purpose of the mantra. So as the static happens in your mind, as you think of many, many different things during the course of a meditation, you can properly use your mantra to distract from those thoughts, feelings, and visions, meaning things you see. By visually, I actually look at the words I am a as I place and say the mantra audibly and visually on something that is distracting me visually and internally. Now this is a little abstract, but it's a recent development that I think is important, and it's sharing an advanced technique that I've developed over the years. The mantra just said here, or said, here in the mind, as you feel it pulsing, does not necessarily pull from distractions that are out here, because thoughts can literally feel as though they're hovering in space around you, or that you see them with your mind's eye. And I've used this recently with very great success, where I have brought back the purpose of the mantra to its core and its greatest effect. So I hope this helps. Quite often you'll find yourself falling asleep during meditation, and that's just fine. If you are sitting in a chair meditating and you decide that you need to get up and go lay down, that's also fine. You'll get a very, very high quality of sleep at that time. So if your body tells you, I want to sleep now, or if you fall asleep and your head goes down like this and you find yourself out cold, just, come to or wake up whenever you do, and don't feel peculiar about having done that. I have found myself asleep in bed after meditation, not remembering that I got up and went to my bed. So, and 2 or 3 hours had passed. Sleep that is initiated by meditation is very, very deep sleep. And for years I used it to put myself to sleep at night. I don't do that anymore, but I remember for years I would just lay down, start my mantra, and wham, I was gone. So it's very useful, I think, for people with sleeping disorders, having difficulty getting to sleep. So that's part 2. And I hope that you enjoy the series as we move forward. Part 3 will go more into other things that can happen in meditation that are interesting and come from my notes over the years. So I'm looking forward to sharing this with you. Have a great week and happy meditating. Certainly leave a comment if you tried and let me know what you're thinking.
I recommend knowing before speaking.